Hello there, and welcome to episode 27 of my quest to play Norway perfectly on Geoguessr. That is, to play maps of each and every single one of Norway's 356 communes perfectly to a score of 25,000 points each on Geoguessr. Today we have a bit of a geographical treat for you, and this is Træna commune. Now Træna is up in northern Norway, and it is basically a commune consisting of two communities, the islands of Træna and the islands of Selvær. About 8/9 of the population, 85% of the population lives on this island, and the rest on this island. And Træna is quite a sight if you ever go there. I highly recommend going there, especially in summer. It's just above the Arctic Circle, and it is an absolute sight to go there. Hopefully our playthrough will reflect that. Anyway, let's have a look at some facts about Træna before we head into the map. Okay, let's start our playthrough of Træna. Now, as you can see, there aren't all that many locations to go by, and you will also see that I have actually played this map to perfection before. That was in the early days when I started making these maps, and before I decided I would make a quest on YouTube about it. But still, we will try and make another perfect playthrough of Træna. Now let's see what we will see here. Okay. So immediately we are plunked out on some pier where we see, well, basically a lot of stuff that tells us what the main industry on these islands is, which is fishing. All these tubs are used for fishing. We have looks like a gutting table or something sort here. We've got cranes for getting the fish out of boats and various other processing tools. We've got some boats over here. So yeah, without the fish, Træna would die. Unfortunately, it's the only fish processing plant on the islands had to stop business this winter. I think it was over the COVID crisis, which is very unfortunate for the people living out here. It is a tiny commune. Now, Træna is absolutely dominated by these mountains over here. They're not on the main island. The main island is called Husøy, which basically means house island. And these mountains are over on the island called Sanna, where there's hardly anyone living, but it's an absolutely smashing place. It's so beautiful. It's got sandy beaches and these jagged mountains, and you may spot this radar dome up there. I don't think that is operating anymore, and but at least when they built it, they also built a tunnel throughout the mountain. So it's a very steep tunnel that you can a couple of times a year they open a tunnel so that you can walk it up here. There's also some stairs, I believe, going up here that you can use to climb up here, and the view is absolutely spectacular. You see that mainland is far, far away here, and if you stand on top of this mountain ridge here, you have a splendid view of the mountains on the mainland as well as the glaciers. This is absolutely spectacular. And also here, I believe it is, there's a huge cave where they have found traces of human habitation that dates back 9,000 years. And every summer they have this huge festival here, music festival, and one of the headlining bands will always be performing inside this cave. I've been to that once, and it was quite a spectacle. Anyways, let's try and find out where we are. So we are at some fish processing plant. Now the island of Træna is northwest of us. Let's see if we can find this place. Here we are. So here is summer, and I would think that we are likely either we're out here or here, I would think. Most likely here. So let's see. There are two larger buildings that should be sort of separated. It must be these two, I think. Doesn't quite match what I'm seeing, does it? Although we have this building over here, which is probably that. There's some buildings over here. Must be these. Oh, that row of buildings over there might be that. Or those, rather. So I think... So let's see if I get my bearings here. If we look west, we're looking just past the corner of that building, and that doesn't really add up, does it? What I'm seeing here does not quite match what I'm looking at on the map. I think. We have these storage houses over here. And the alignment of things isn't quite right. But yeah, let's just move down the road a little bit. See where we wind up. Okay, so this does match this building. And let's see, we're also looking at some stuff across the bay here. Okay, so we must be here, and we must be pretty much at the end of the road. We can't see past the corner of the building. So let's say that we're there. Yep. Okay. Now here, now you see the mountains of Træna are quite far out in the distance. That means we are on the other inhabited area of this commune, which is Selvær, which is up here. Selvær is a tiny, tiny fishing community. And now let's see, we are running across a very narrow cove or inlet. This is running east to west. Could be here. Let's see, that seems plausible. We have this little thingy here. Which is probably what we're seeing here. Some houses on the other side, that's right. We have this house, which should be that. And we have that house, should be this. And the road is running that way as well. Let's see. That house is to the northwest. That house there's to the north, but a little too far away. Probably that one. And let's see, what do we have here to the east? Doesn't help much. Have a house way to the south. Which I assume would be this one. Also looking across, so let's see, we're just looking past the end of that house. We're on this bit of road. I think that should be a fairly good guess. Might be slightly, ever so slightly further. Like so. Yeah, 1 meter away, that's nice. Okay, are we still at Silver or are we at Træna? Well, given the number of boats lying here, I think we're definitely at Træna. And also I think, yeah, this is the fish processing plant we saw earlier on. So, should be somewhere here, I think. There's a structure here. We have started, more than started to bend there. Could that be that? We're not done with the bend. And that must be that. Yeah. So this must be that container. That. And we are just west of it. Like so. Yeah, like so maybe. Let's see. Don't think that's too far off. Let's try that. Ooh, 13 meters was actually quite far off, but hey, good enough. Okay, and here we're looking directly across to Sanna. There's quite a lot of sea eagles around as well. And this looks to be like in the festival camp area as well. I mean, living in a tent here during the festival, midnight sun, open skies. Of course, a lot of noise from the other festival goers, but still an absolutely smashing place to be. Okay, where could this be then? So there's a long road going like so, coming up from the southeast. Building over there, could be a water plant or something, I guess. And a lean-to. And the ubiquitous fish farms. And the gravel road to some houses over here. There's a weird roof. Let's see. So there's a camp area. Shame we haven't been down to the sort of village proper yet. But okay, if this is the place, that would be that. Little road gone off to the side would be that. Oh yeah, and you don't really want to own a car out here, because the weather is, well, not always nice. And unless you coat your cars with something absolute bulletproof, they will rust to death within a matter of, well, a handful of years, if that long. So you don't really want to keep a car out here. And it's not strictly necessary, I would think, either. Okay, so that lean-to is part of the map here. And if we are directly like so, We're passing just above that corner of it. And voila, there we are. Bullseye even. Nice. And then we are at the final. Oh, right. So this is the ferry to the mainland. And now where does that land? Over here. Okay, we'll just plonk the marker down there for now. And let's see if we can just have a little trip. No, this is not Træna, of course not. Why? You can't see the mountains. Or rather the mountains of Træna, they're probably hidden behind the ferry. Yes, you can see them coming up in the distance over there. We're not at Træna, we are at Selvær. And the ferry lands here as well. So that means we should be there. Huh. Let's just have a little look at Selvær. As I said, this is a tiny community. I don't know if they still have a school out here. But, well, at least I got a tractor that has survived all the salt. I guess if you're diligent at putting stuff inside, they might survive for a while. And this is the main strip, or the main drag of Selvær. And well, at least the houses are nice looking. But imagine living out here. You will have every storm the North Atlantic can throw in your face all year round. And then you will have the odd day like this where everything is just bliss and green and fertile. But the rest of the year, misery. But still people just claw onto this little rock of land way out in the ocean. It sure looks cozy though. I've never been to Selvær, that is. I have been on the express boat that runs the route out of these islands, both to Selvær and to Træna. And I have gone with it all the way to Selvær, so I sort of made the stop, but I never set my foot on shore here. But I've been to Træna, and Træna is kind of like Selvær on steroids, to put it that way. Like more people living there, and some nice little gardens, and yeah, but still as rugged as, well, exposed to the wilds of nature as Træna is. But yeah, spending a summer stay here, in weather like this, without a doubt, yes. And then hop on the ferry for a long ride back to the mainland. You can go island hopping here. That's actually quite popular. Anyways, so this is the end of the road at Selvær. Oof, and we almost messed it up on the last try. Should not have been quite as cocky, but okay, still saved it. So that is a perfect playthrough of Træna. Well, that's it for this time around. Hope to see you again in episode 28. Until then, bye-bye.